The pick of CycLone. No Inferno, Alex, but we'll see how they do here on the nuclear facility.
Let's find out. Cedar Creek and out the door, out squeak JamYoung. He's got smoked out with the pressure in ramp, and Bolts is clean for the first, just like that. Nice jump from Mosier and Mercury, getting the job done. Jota under a lot of pressure and doesn't find the head cleanly. It's Advent that will trade, still down is Mosier. A 3-on-2. JamYoung, this vent position now noted. Gets awkward for a moment. Phelps pausing, starting that fight. JamYoung gets away from the engagement. Vinny down the vents as well, so he knows where they're coming from.
Here we go then. A difficult retake for the CTs. Over 100 HP here, but 3 players to find a bomb to defuse. It doesn't look good. We're coming at the halfway point as well, and they have 0 utility. Vinny with no Kevlar as well. They'll open the double doors here, but they'll need the Ts to make a huge mistake to even get an entry.
Yeah, and JamYoung's not doing that today. Big game for them. And they start as they mean to go on. Good openings, trading out, taking ramp, down the vent as well from JamYoung. It's all worked out well.
And that was a 3-man setup towards ramp as well with the opening frag for Imperial. You'd think they'd actually come out on top here, but it's Advent who gets that final frag, and it will be CycLone picking up a much welcome pistol here. 2 players survive, and we'll see if the Imperial force buy will follow up. Big smiles all around though. Not dissuaded just yet. And like you said, Fallen in the building. You love to see it. Here to support the boys, former in-game leader of the squad, Vinny taking the reins now. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's interesting, but considering I felt like Vinny did kind of get chewed up and spat out. The fact he's landed on his feet, as any good cat could and does. I think making the calls, though, it's going to be interesting to see, you know, how much he's learned under what has been 2 very big in-game leaders.
I suppose you're right. And JamYoung, great opening frag there. Catches Phelps trying to jump up on towards the T-Red, but didn't suspect there'd be a player towards Silo. Good follow-up grenade from Bolts, but it does touch down. Maximum damage pretty much, actually. And we'll see if that's actually going to lead them to any sort of fragging potential. For now, though, CycLone is waiting for the reactions on the CT side, and CTs have actually got lobby control, but what can they really do with it?
That is the question. You've got Bolts and Vinny here hanging out in the lobby. Mosey is containing this as they want to get that bomb across secret. Or do they? Actually flashing out and leaving the secret stairs. Smoke on the locker position does facilitate this jump up. So they've given up top side. Bolts holding main from Squeak's side. Vinny just holding T side.
This is the problem. CycLone have actually made the perfect call here. You can see them trying to react to it. The players down lower realizing that the lobby control and lower is not going to do much for them. They'll start to focus their crosshairs towards upper. They can feel it's going to be a heaven attack. And speaking of which, Bolts with a double kill does significant damage to a third as well. They might pull this one off. The bomb pump's been denied, and all of a sudden it's a 3 versus 1. JamYoung fighting for his life, but can't do enough. And out of nowhere, Imperial steal the round away. It's an absolute heist.
Yeah, I really thought they still had it, considering the positions. Like you said, it seems like the right call. There was 2 down lower. You'd got the info. You just had to be worried about that deagle from Bolt. And I think it's the second one. This is great, but the fact that he kills this guy, it gets so much more awkward.
Dinked in the process as well. Gets the double kill. Finds about 90 damage on the third player. That is absolutely massive from Bolts. He knows it as well. As we go 1-1, we tie it all up. CycLone with the force buy in response, and Mercury's not slowing down. Straight in towards the hub. Held at bay by the flames. Mosier, same story at Squeaky Door. And whatever pacing they had in mind, they'll have to reconsider here. The flashbangs are deployed though, and they will commit towards the upper side to mixed effective. But if they can take down Henny in the corner, they might be onto something. Finally goes down. It's a 2 versus 1 though, and Kaze in a really problematic spot. Surely taken down by the MP9. 2 chaotic rounds, but Imperial picked them both up.
Yeah, no, that's going to feel very good now for Imperial after losing that pistol. Just immediately fighting back and fighting fire with fire. CycLone broken. Now they'll be the ones humbled to an eco.
Ooh, it's an early lead now for Imperial. They're going to have a nice 3-1 on their opponent's pick after losing the pistol. The auto shotgun. Now, I've seen on Reddit today as well. It seems like we've got a bit of controversy with the shotgun. Everyone's games in CS2, they're running into shotgun experts now. Players just committing to it entire halves and finding like 20 kills. Have you found that at all?
Yeah, I've played against it. I've had opponents that have had an affinity for the shotgun. And they're doing things like this, actually. Vinny walking on in towards the lobby with his teammates.
It seems like on Nuke especially, the auto shotgun is a real nuisance.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely a conversation. I don't necessarily encourage it on weapon rounds. You know, know, you can sit there and say I'm a shotgun main, but if you've got enough for a rifle, take the rifle.
Sure.
In universes though, where you've got a preference
in terms of
and a
the
position,
psychological warfare, Alex, if you're doing well with it it's just getting under the other team's skin, like I feel like there's something to it. It certainly annoys me when I see my teammates die into it. I haven't really experienced myself yet the feeling of when it gets
because you're such a safe player.
No, I normally play Ram, so they're not coming for me in that sense. But
and I think a thing that adds to that psychological element you're talking about is the $900 kill reward. When you see 2 shotgun kills in the feed, you're like, great, fantastic, $1,800 farmed up.
Well, it's going to be that first gun round. We have got a bit of a shotgun situation here. Vinny towards upper, channeling his inner Hiko, who was known for doing it back in the day.
See how they go for the wall of smokes. Advent, is he responsible for all of them? It might be a case of just dropping him at his toes. Can throw all 3 from this position. It does look like he's got them in front of him. Uno, Dos, and Trace, I believe, as they are starting to peter through. It's an interesting test for Phelps. He knows, or at least they know, Phelps is going to be the first test. Good flash, better frag.
Damn. Yeah, excellent flash. You can say that again. Phelps, nothing he could do there. So this is the perfect start to the round for CycLone here, and they're going to commit down towards lower. 3 players down towards Secret. Jota rotating. Bear in mind, it's a bit of a bonus situation here for Imperial, so it'll be very difficult to hold onto this lower bomb site with just the SMG. Trying to play the off angle. Trying to use the element of surprise here. It might just work out for him. Going to commit to this swing. Can't find the frag, and that might be the round slipping away here. Pretty much confirms it. Henny's position quite far removed from the lower bomb site. 4 versus 2. Might have been better off saving the AK-47.
Yeah, and I think one of my biggest, takeaways from this, obviously beating M80 is an achievement in itself, but I think taking down an Imperial, who've clearly, they've played at that tier 1 level against all of the tier 1 opposition. These individuals, the likes of especially Vinny, Bolts, Phelps,
These are big names, right? People forget. They've been around the block a while. They've got a lot of experience between them.
They've had the reps, and when you look at CycLone, some of these players are coming in, as quite fresh. It's an opportunity for them to really kind of push the limits, show how much growth has been going on in this roster, and so far a competitive start on Nuke. No Inferno available to them here.
Well, that's a very competitive round. Excellent work of the outside smokes. Finding the opening kill, locking it in with the flashbang towards Secret. Phelps can do nothing about it.
Look at the size of his mouse pad. Yeah, Bolts is rocking a miniature.
Okay.
Is he a high-sense gamer, or is that?
He might be, but still, you'd probably just take the big pack just in case.
Just in case. Let's have a look.
Space.
Bolt sensitivity.
He must be.
400 DPI sense 3. So that's high. That is high. That's 1.5 on 800.
Yeah. All right, we'll see if it works out for him, though. Nice, speedy gamer.
High-sense gaming, bro. You could put that on an envelope.
He's got a lot of control over it. We'll see if it helps out. Phelps. Not towards Secret this time, but watching towards that main roof. It's a difficult duel against the AK-47, but maintaining his life this time. But it has granted access towards Secret once again. Different wall of smoke this time, maybe a lower split from the ramp room. We have got the full buy this time for Imperial, no bonus situation, and going to take some hut control as well, led by the AWP of Henny.
This is interesting, isn't it? So they're probing Jota's ramp. Good angle for one and falling off if he's sharp, but just opts to drop. Double flash ramp, occupied now, and Jota commits to the spray. He finds 2. Advent puts his head in the vice. Well played by Jota, gives him that man advantage.
Yeah, probably more than he was worth with the position, so he's done very well to control the spray, find the second headshot. Big round here on either side, both teams pretty much fully invested. We are going to see Kaze. Oh, the timing not working out for him, but will he have the presence of mind to detect Vinny here? Looks like he will. Connects the dots and brings it back to a 3 versus 3. There's no CD presence down here, I believe. So they've actually got an open bomb site. It's just Bolts that can really get them back into the round.
I just want to watch Bolts on 1.5 cents. Full focus into the retake. Kid on Henny. Does spot out 1, takes down Mercury, but it costs him a great deal. 9 HP for him to work through the rest. It's JamYoung and Kaze. Henny hesitant to commit to the vent. They don't know if it's clear. 2 from the ramp side. JamYoung, though, partnered up with Kaze. The bomb, it is planted for the double doors. Oh, and that's a nasty death. That's the double from JamYoung. And Henny surely straight back up the vents. You can't win this one.
There's nothing he can really do. The USP is in hand, hoping to find the low HP player, but he just throws the AWP away, Al.
Yeah, you could have.
Couldn't really justify that one for you.
You can't. Yo, he can just about afford it, but he was the only one that had the cash. He could have otherwise dropped Phelps a rifle. Like, Phelps is on $3,200.
It's such a weird decision, just to go for one more kill and risk the AWP in that manner. But like you said, you can buy another one, I suppose. But they don't come cheap, let me tell you. They were force buying instead. He could have dropped like another rifle.
Yeah.
Still.
Now look at the buy. They're missing a very core, fundamental ingredient.
Yeah, so they've got 4 players without helmets, no kits, bare bones utility. They do have the AWP. If Henny can step up and carry them through the round, no harm, no foul. We'll see if it inspires him to deliver a world-class performance here. Back towards outside, though, it's been a real issue for Imperial, holding out these outside pushes. JamYoung picking up the pace, knowing CT players are in close range proximity. And it's another opening frag for 5yclone.
Yeah, and JamYoung, he loves this yard wrap. Jota, he's been spotted out now. It's high pressure on him. They're running at him. Advent with the bomb on his back takes the push, loses his life on the second, but it was just the one by Bolt. Mercury trades it out, recovers the bomb, and a 2-man advantage. It's super awkward now.
I'm loving this from 5yclone. Just a few different variations of that outside take. Imperial throwing everything they can back at them, the different setups, different arrangements, the orb moving around, they just can't get it online. And for now, it's down to Vinny. Nice spot toward the CT vent, but surrounded. Even better timings from 5yclone here, and it's Henny. Now you do have to save the orb, my friend. 100%. No two ways about it. We're not going for this one. Keep the USP in your pocket, and let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, no, and I think what's so interesting is that you could see, as you were saying, like, oh, this yard thing has been working so well for them. You saw Jota immediately start lower. Like, his whole mission was to try and contest that, but there was 3 still fighting on that close secret stairs. Advent runs at him to get that frag, so high impact from Advent. But yeah, Imperial, they were trying to adjust to it, but when that is thwarted yet again, 5yclone will seize the lead. And that AWP save is a high priority. Yeah,
but they're coming for him. He'll get this first kill, no problem, and it looks like he'll be okay. I thought the other 2 players were ready to pounce from the trophy room. Not going to be the case. Henny will save the AWP. The problem is, in terms of loss bonus, they're only going to be getting $2,900 per player into next round. $2,400, I beg your pardon. So, yeah, rough times ahead here. Henny will once again have to step up. At least does save the sniper this time. That was the big frag Alex was mentioning. Advent, in-game leader, one of the older boys in this squad. I think he's 31 years old. One of the more veteran names within the squad. This is the former Rare Atom lineup, if you're not aware. New organization here. And Kaze, one of the headline acts, the sniper, brings out the AWP for the first time here on the T side. So, Henny, what have you got for us? Where are we positioning himself? One of those rounds, he needs to find an opening pick if possible. Goes towards credit card to see whether he can open things up. It doesn't look good, though. Maybe an upper attack as Mercury bravely pushes the smokes here.
Yeah, look at him go. Just straight into that top site and actually finds Vinny. Very high impact opener, because that opens up the site wide. 2 smoked out, nothing they can do. And Henny's AWP, yeah, completely non-issue to handle this one. Henny even dropping an MP9 to Phelps. They'll want to maintain that. Bolt has a little more freedom given the absence of his Kevlar. Just a deagle and a smoke for him, but what's he supposed to do? Flies up the ladder, spots out by JamYoung.
Yeah, just hoping he can contain them, protect the AWPer. Henny's in towards the garage right now, and there's not really much they can do at all. They're completely smoked off still. It doesn't look like there's any exit opportunities, so just holding on to the little they have, mainly the AWP. But there we have it. 5-3 as Bolts will unload the magazine, but only gets 1.
Did you catch as well someone on Reddit talking about the bomb radius in CS2 and how bigger it is?
Yeah, so if you have armor, it like does like, I don't know, like 90% damage or something like that. Like, was that the stat?
It's basic. I'm afraid I'm not great with the numbers, but what the takeaway was, the TLDR was, is that you're going to be taking more damage from bomb blasts overall, and it's going to force especially your Kevlar. You're going to be having to rebuy Kevlar if you're regularly taking bomb damage.
That's always the thing I've wondered with CS, is because we have a Kevlar value, right? But it's kind of arbitrary.
Right.
Like, what does it really mean? Is this if it's below 100, you have to rebuy a helmet?
Right.
Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, we used to say back in the day, like, oh, it's beneath 30, like you get weaker kind of protection.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's true, but that was kind of the myth. So if you survived like 3 or 4 rounds, you went down to 30, that's when you'd rebuy the armor. So I think that could be reworked. That's something in CS that hasn't really ever made sense. Like, why is it 100? It should just be a binary value if it's just the that you can't buy a helmet,
Yeah,
you know.
right. Unless, of course, with this new change that they're trying to make it more of a, they've changed it so that it's the number of armor you have lost.
Yes, exactly.
On the menu. Maybe that is an
So I saw that was in the buy menu. They've actually made the armor like more relevant in the buy menu, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's just going to be interesting because of the radius changes, how much exit fragging and the whole meta of defining plays around the bomb plants is going to be interesting to see unfold. But we are still here at CSGO. It's Pro League Season 18, an elimination match in Group C. 5yclone and Imperial thrown here, conceding 2 losses. Forces you into this last chance stage. Advent throwing out a bit of a wall of his own design. This one for lockers. So where do they plan to go? JamYoung's been working yard consistently. And after that smoke arrives, they throw out 2 more of their own design. This is interesting. This is a full set.
Well, it's Phelps to deal with it once again. Removing the vision has caused a rotation. The AWP of heading out in towards CT spawn. It's JamYoung who's trying to slip the net, maybe get towards main entrance. The AUG will be tested. Flashbangs are delivered, and the commitment coming in from main entrance here. It is going to be the first kill for Vinny. No problem whatsoever. Sets himself up for the double as well. And looks like they've done enough to break the streak here of 5yclone. Just Advent remains, and it's a little slower this time and a little bit more telegraphed. Unable to work the control towards outside. They got JamYoung towards main, but unable to find that entry frag. It meant that Vinny could just mow them down. No problem whatsoever. 5-4. So Imperial starting to build a stronger defense now. They've got the AK-47 for bolts. Henny starting to hit some shots. The AUG making a rare appearance. I think it'll be a very popular gun in the future. Yeah. Just watch this space. Seems to be very useful in CS2 right now.
Yeah, I'm still like kind of interested to see when we get that AUG one-shot headshot used and abused.
Yeah. You have to be like 1.5 meter range for the barrel
inside them, but interesting nonetheless. Is that equalizer of the odds. The odds now turning in favor of Imperial. They're trying to walk out ramp. Jota has tucked in nice and tight. A deep, hard clear now for Mosier. Jota gets a freebie. Make it 2 before Kaze gets to him. So very uncomfortable. Round done. Kaze in the back. Shut down by Phelps. You can see the whole cast. There he is. Gabriel Toledo joining the gang.
Well, it was looking like it was getting out of hand for a second. They gave up 4 rounds in a row, but stabilizing now. The course correction come through. We haven't taken too many timeouts yet, and it will be all tied up here. 5-5 on 5yclone's map pick. There's the first timeout. It felt like we were due one, as 5yclone has some decisions to make here. They can buy into the round, but it will be a little bit compromised. JamYoung only 3K, same story for Mosier. 3 of them could buy, but like I said, a mixed bag. So with 5 rounds on the board already, I don't think it's a necessity. It's not like they could really break the bank if they were to somehow steal around away, but we'll see what they come up with. I would say a half buy is probably on the cards here.
Yeah, I mean, especially considering the Imperial, they won 3 rounds in the opening 4. Admittedly, the pistol going the way of 5yclone, but those 3 were all kind of less than idyllic for the T side. This already a good haul, as you've highlighted. 5 rounds for 5yclone campaign.
We'll be pretty happy with this
already.
So far. It's all going all right. And it is going to be the half buy. Tech9's pretty much across the board, apart from JamYoung. He'll keep his money at 2,000, focusing more on the utility. So expect a pocket strat here, a set piece. They've been focusing on these upper executions. I'm seeing the utility deployed already. So yeah, the Molotov coming through. Flashbangs next, you'd imagine. And this could be the double pump, trying to bait out the initial utility to kick things off. Another Molotov to come through, and then you'd assume the flashbangs, and here comes the commitment. Vinny to defend once again. The flash is not really affecting him. Top of that silo's incredibly potent position, and it's actually led him to 2 frags. Just JamYoung towards main entrance. They know he's there. Phelps heard the drop, and he hasn't got armor, bear in mind, so he'll be taken care of. Not a single kill found. No bomb planted, and poor old Kaze unprotected as well. He'll just be hoping as CT oversteps the mark here. He can use his time to discuss your options going forward, but that's Imperial. Pushing them back, no problem. How patient is
clipping through walls. That's going to be a thing of the past soon.
That's true. I do like the smokes a lot.
Yeah. Down he goes. Imperial 6 now. And a clean one as well up against that half buy. We will get to see the rifles out now. Keep our eyes on that yard play. I'm expecting them to return to it, getting JamYoung
You would
situated.
think so, right? It looked so good for them those 4 rounds. Just go back to the wall of smokes, building that little bomb site ever since they started focusing up. I think started to unravel for them. Vinny just mowing them down each and every time. But that was the half buy. Unfortunately, it doesn't get much better for them into the round number 12 here. We've got a Galil for JamYoung and Mosier with the Mac 10. And now most of the players on the CT side do have helmets, apart from Henny. He's without helmet, so the Mac 10 could find him. But we're looking for opening frags here. Kaze with no AWP will use the rifle at range, trying to find that opening kill if possible. So will we see the wall of smokes deployed? Well, they must have, if they've seen those rotations in. There's something afoot here. 2 players down, make it 3 CTs. They're looking to retake the outside area as Henny opens things up. They're going to be swinging in from Secret, you'd imagine, but where are the smokes now, Alex?
Yeah, this is bizarre.
What have they gone for there?
They threw out smoke, but it wasn't the wall, and Henny's just had a field day. He could still, well, not anymore, finish it on his own. The nade from Bolts is perfect, lucky to get away. JamYoung hitting a nice headshot, takes the AWP down, should be recovered all fine, all well, all good. No.
Yeah. Let's see the replay from Henny's POV there, because it looked like he was a shooting fish in a barrel. There was no smokes down. He didn't have... This was a nice shot. Look at the gap he's used there. So fair enough. Not much you can do about that one. It's a lovely shot. But these ones, beg the question, what are you up to there? You've got 1 minute 20, utility available, and you've just run out 1 by 1 with the bomb as well and given him an absolute freebie. 7-5. CycLone starting to drop off here. Another half buy. And just a few flashes, so I think something fast-paced. And indeed, the ramp rush looks to be the call. Wait for the initial Molotov to go out. Flashbang to follow things up as well. But the grenade is absolutely perfect from Jota. Does an absolute boatload of damage here. He's done his job. He doesn't have to stay for the fight. Timing's not working out amazingly for him, but the drop down, it is indeed. It's going to be Advent meeting his maker towards the ramp room, and that should be job done for Jota. He knows there's some eco frags available here, starting to mow them down. 2 will do, as we always say, and he's done enough to allow the rotations to come through and deny the plan.
Yeah, it looks like it might be. Mosey has recovered that rifle and does manage to get at least a frag onto Phelps. Bolts is going to kick up a fuss, though, and not allow that plant go down. Good work from Vinny. Imperial, this is a real run now. They've got themselves 5 rounds consecutive, and their most CycLone frags we've seen is 2.
They're dropping off, aren't they?
Yeah, really like losing their grip on this one. Imperial, you could say, warming into things, depending on the way you want to frame it. But yeah, Jota, just nice work against these Tech 9s, ripping through the unarmored opponents, or Kevlar.
Yeah, well, yeah, shout out to Jota for that one. That grenade he threw, the preemptive grenade, did about 150 damage before they'd even entered the ramp from there. He gets 2, and they deny the plant, so it's a perfectly played round there from Imperial. Trying to test the ramp room, and got a lot more than they bargained for. CycLone will take yet another tactical timeout here. 2 more remaining as we get into round number 14. Their map pick, and that 5-5 scoreline, we said, yeah, this is looking good, a decent half, but now losing 3 convincing rounds in a row. Starting to look like they've run out of ideas. As you mentioned, the outside wall of smoke's working very well for them. Couldn't tell you why they went for the dry peaks in the previous, but we'll see if they can rectify the mistakes of the old and bring in maybe a Kaze AWP. Oh, you go for the AK-47 instead. So, round 14, Imperial on a hell of a streak. 5 rounds in a row, 2 more rounds to go.
Let's see what they got for us. The AKs are all out, every nade they could possibly desire. Henny responsible for yard to start. Nice squeak smoke. It implies they could be a vent drop. Look at this flash lineup, though, from Bolts to get his teammates pushing into the lobby. Threatening, no doubt. They were at spawn with smokes, but I don't know what's what the dialogue is here. I only see 2 remaining. There they are. Okay, nice work from our contact.
So they're there for later.
Yeah.
If they need them.
I think that flash in lobby had got them super nervous that they'd lost it.
Yeah, they're waiting for pushes now. They are retaking that lobby area, and we're going to go collect the smoke. So like we said, that's where they found most of their success. Chill out, Mercury. You're the entry fragger, but you need to stay alive. But now he gets tagged twice through the AWP, and we're going to see him now down to 4 points of health. The outside smokes are deployed, and Mercury might as well go first at this stage. It's going to be Bolts. Molotov'd off. That's nice. This is looking much better for CycLone. Can they actually get down towards Secret without losing a man?
Yeah, that's the question, and Bolts is waiting. Anyone that actually gets across has to get through. Bolts, nearly 2. Kaze, good catch, keeps it level.
All right. So this is what was working so well before. 30 seconds though, and Jota, he's got a guaranteed kill in the form of Kaze. Heavy finds one more. Maybe the round's all tied up. Phelps will join him in the fragging department here, and Henny has rotated perfectly with the AWP. Finds the bomb towards double doors, and poor old Advent would have to pull off something magnificent here to stand a chance. The missed AWP shot might open the door of opportunity here, but it looks like it's fading away.
Go on.
10 seconds. Can he get the plant down?
No, he cannot. Oh, he's a bit hesitant with the low HP. Phelps lets him get it down. Now he's reloaded. Advent, this would be one hell of a clutch. He's got too many though to deal with. From the double doors comes Vinny. There was a different universe where I reckon he gets away with that one.
He was given a few opportunities there, a few missed shots, a couple of questionable peaks, but unable to find the headshots required. There will be Imperial picking up yet another round. Phelps will survive with the AWP, and Vinny with the AK-47. Good efforts from 5yclone. Back to the basics there, the outside wall of smokes. At least getting the players down there, but took way too much damage. Mercury a little bit too curious at the start of the round, down to 4 points of health. Couldn't really contribute with the entry frags. That's what he's known for. And we get to round number 15 here. 5yclone haven't posted a round in some time. That's going to be 6 in a row against them as they enter with a pretty decent buy with the maximum loss bonus. And I'm seeing outside smokes early, Alex. Why not? Let's just get it stuck in. Let's see if we can get fast secret control. And CTs, they're not going to allow it. They're actually playing into the front, ready to take down any 5yclone players pushing these smokes.
This is such a forward setup on Yard. Real hyper-aggressive, but despite that, Phelps has fallen off now. Felt like he wasn't getting the friction he hoped for. Now spotted out his Bolt. Good bit of damage dealt. Forces him away, but Mosier, the first casualty, he's having a tough T-half is Mosier. His 13th death, and a lot of his teammates just joined him. Little waterfall off the main roof. Phelps just a shooting gallery for him.
Well, we said 5 was fine, right?
We did, but that was about 10 rounds ago. I mean, this has been one-way traffic to end the half. Imperial boasting 10 as they have a stab at the T side when we return from our break.
He's got a chance in this one. Still makes it look too clean.
What's up, gamers? You're locked into ESL Pro League Season 18. Up in the booth, we've got Henry G and his marvelous machine, and you're watching Imperial take on 5yclone. It's the second half of the first map here, the penultimate day of Group C as well. Imperial looking hot to trot. 10 rounds, plays 5 as they move into their T side. Alex, this looks like a bit of a gimme. 5yclone have given up. They've fallen apart.
Yeah, truly. And marvelous machine. I like
yeah, you
that.
like that?
Yeah, no, it sounds like we're doing a Roald Dahl book.
That's what I was going for. Yeah, I was thinking of marvelous medicine.
Oh,
Henry G and his marvelous machine, yeah.
Let's go. As they are already out the door, blown it off, swinging top side. Kaze smoked off, and Mercury still finding one on top of the hut before he goes down. It's Jota clearing out yard, and this already spells trouble. TROU already.
We're halfway there for sure. Henny in a prime position as well. You just don't have time to check every single off angle here. He plays it to perfection. Doesn't detect the second player there, but it might not matter. Penultimate kill found, and JamYoung will be in a very difficult spot here. Lovely shot to open things up, but ultimately gives up his position, and he does not have a defuse kit. Round is over. It will be 11 on the board for Imperial as Jota confirms the victory. Excellent work for Imperial. Job done. And there will have to be the force buy here. A desperate one from 5yclone as they find themselves in a world of trouble right now.
Yeah, no, it's slipping away from them now. There was real glimmers, real signs of life from them. Picking into Nuke, it's their choice. Started so very well. The score at 1 point red, 5-3. Winning the pistol, and of course a 10-5 half after that one.
Bear in mind, there's only one more slot available in this group, and this is not the sort of performance that inspires hope that 5yclone will be the team to take here. They've had their moments. They managed to get double digits twice against Na'Vi, had Fnatic on the ropes at times as well, but this has not been a vintage 5yclone performance by any stretch. But there still is time. It will not be the force buy in the second, actually. It's going to be the full eco. So don't expect much. As Vinny starts to help himself to some frags here. Kaze goes down early, confirming they're up against an eco, so they can be let off the leash a little bit here.
Nade sucks for Mosier. Eats that one. Shrapnel for dinner. Jota out towards that squeak, clears out Advent Heaven. Bolts is going to be swiveling around all of the opportunities. He'll find it. And they will find 12. Now, that was an eco. They expected to have to fight back now from this. But on the back foot, most definitely. No advantages here or seen by 5yclone. It's going to have to be something they fight for tooth and nail from here on out.
Oh, might want to use another one of those timeouts here, boys. This is pretty much the game on the line with this round. The force buy comes through. We are seeing the M4s pretty much across the board here. Advent will...
He was busy looking at his notes, but
yeah,
he got it.
Just in case, but they have got the M4s out. No diffuse kits, just a note, and no helmets. Those Galils are extra potent now. We'll see if Mosier can rise to the occasion here. Smoked off. 3 smokes down. The wall is created, but a gap is found. Mosier down to 0 points of health now. Great comms here from the Brazilians, and they're going to leap on the opportunity to try and find some space.
Yeah, he's been having a nightmare, hasn't he, Mosier? They're through the smokes, through the boxes, and now Kaze's gone to Phelps. Turns the flash. Mercury's got a lot on his plate now. Responsible for yard. He can't really call the secret cross with Phelps in warehouse. You can't get that information safely. Flash in front of Phelps to take that fight. Mercury still has vision. Phelps confirms his occupation. Jota still T-roof. This is what I talk about when I talk about pros holding lobby. Yeah, I mean, you just sit at the top of the ladder. Advent.
Yeah, it's a good point. Can't die, at least, he says, as Jota does leap into the warm embrace of Advent. And bear in mind, the T's don't have any utility here. They had a nice advantage, but it could fall apart very quickly. Mercury locked in towards the CT vent, should be taken down by Henny.
Winnable. Winnable for JamYoung.
But if they jump down lower, he's got no chance. That's the problem.
Yeah, Bolts is considering it. They really have no idea where he could have gotten off to.
Good point. They don't have the smoke. Molotov, they're waiting for him to present himself, as he has a distinct lack of information here. The timing could get weird, could get spicy. And he was in the right place at the right time, but both of them swinging. He had no chance there, 13-5, and this is the nightmare scenario now for 5yclone. And a whirlwind of trouble as they find themselves at just $3,000, so have to be the half buy. 13-5 down in your own map pick.
Yeah.
It was looking so close. Bear in mind, this was a 5-5 game. They have not posted around in some time here. This is going to be a desperate pistol round for them, and like I said, so much damage done through those smokes. Henny picks up a freebie, and the round falls apart piece by piece. It was close. Came down to 1 versus 1, but Henny was never going to miss that shot. And we have got the P250s, the 5.7s, not even the Deagles, really, as they look to focus their efforts towards outside them. both sides of the coin here, but it's going to be Mosier dropped again. How many times is he going to go down first here? It's getting rough.
Yeah, poor guy. He's got 17 deaths. It's not been pretty for him. And Advent, he's going to bring the fight to them. Vinny will receive. And just surging forwards now on that low side. No one there from the CTs to receive. Maybe JamYoung, yeah, he has just borrowed in time, but with the weapon he's equipped with, it's as easy as that.
Yeah, Fortune Mosier, 0-5 in opening duels. Kaze as well, 0-4. So those are your heavy hitters, not really having any sort of impact early in the rounds here, and they'll continue to be dominated in round number 19. Not really much Kaze can do with 2 points of help, I'm afraid. His orb hasn't really had much impact. 8 kills in total. And looks like we're just waiting to come to our logical conclusion here on Nuke. This is a very flat start for 5yclone. They will have money and the chance to bring out the AWP, but this really is it now. They're in the last chance bracket, and this is the last chance saloon for Nuke.
I'm just suddenly thinking, the last chance saloon. Was that from a Western that I haven't seen? It was a popular name of a type of bar in the US that began in the 19th century. Well, that's less exciting. That's much less exciting. Okay.
The last chance of the year. I'm not really sure.
I don't know, but it's like where cowboys go to die. That's how I'm visualizing it somehow.
Yes, I assume the same thing, I suppose. But like I said, last chance does mean there's still a chance.
Yes, most definitely. But not on Nuke. I really feel like this is too far gone for him. It would have to be one hell of a CT side.
It all starts here. Nice little grenade towards main. Doesn't actually connect. And we can see Imperial looking very comfortable. Smiles all round. Loose, relaxed. As they just go through the motions here, baiting out the CT utility, preparing for their upper execution by the looks of things. As bolts will be lining up the Molotovs. Got themselves a prime opportunity to close this game out early. Don't even let 5yclone get online on their CT side. And we'll see the upper execution pays dividends here. Mercury, prime spot for the double spray down, converts. And he's still alive and well. Finds the AK-47, then just peel back. Jota gives it to him.
Yeah, he gets a third through the smoke. I thought he was a dead man. You can see Jota poke his head out. Probably a grey screen for him. Knew he was spotted out. Mercury, though, finishes him off. And this is where that incredible story started, Henry. We all will all remember it. Round 20. Hope was lost. Casters had condemned them, claiming Nuke was a done deal, but then 5yclone awoken.
Well, it's a very convincing round, I'll say that much, and it's Mercury. He's posting numbers now. He's up to 13. That's a solid squeaky hold. It was the upper execution, all the bells and whistles thrown in by Imperial there. You can see the flashes, the Molotovs, but they were running through the smoke there. It was quite an early pull of the trigger as well, 50 seconds, and they couldn't bust through the smoke. And it is going to be another buy for Imperial, but looking to find that elusive round number 15. They're going to be Molotoving towards main entrance early on. Trying to push back any CT vision. That will do nicely. Phelps with the opening frag. Bolts will join him as well. That might be job done. 5 versus 3. They don't have to do anything here. It's so early on in the round. CTs are desperate for information. They need frags in response. And for now, Imperial just biding their time, waiting for the reaction to come through. And it looks like 5yclone are just going to focus towards that lower bomb side. JamYoung towards outside of the AK. He knows if he gets a couple of one-taps, maybe there's a chance as he positions himself towards the back of the garage.
Yeah, so he's essentially solely responsible for A.
Yeah.
It's not that he's anywhere close to A, but he can hold that main cross. Little does he know just how powerful of a position he currently has.
They're trying something now.
Secret, yeah. The timing on this doesn't seem terrible. This is where Imperial, we heard from the interviews, who was it I talked to? I think it might have just been the Fnatic boys. Talking about how slow. No, it was Apex, that's right. There's a lovely push from Advent. They may overlook Mercury here. He does push in well. Nice headshot onto Vinny. That was the bomb. And that should be the round as they do combine a 3 versus 5.
Yeah, that is Imperial. Not really doing much with the advantage here. Waiting for the reaction. Grouping up towards Secret. But 5yclone with the perfect reaction play here have actually got the advantage. A 5-on-3 crumbles for the Brazilians here. And Jota, he's got no time. He has to find both the kills quickly. The round's already over. He can no longer win by virtue of the plant. And he knows that the CT's running away, giving him nothing to work with. And that's an absolute disaster. Imperial got the first 2 kills in the first 10 seconds of the round. And then can't do anything else. An amazing reaction there from 5yclone. The push. The pincer maneuver from Secret, working with the player in garage as well. A thing of beauty there. just what the doctor ordered, and that's sabotage the finances of Imperial as well. You can see Zach, he ain't happy about it. He knows that was the opportunity to close this game out, and they fumbled it.
Really cool to see how Advent was playing a part in that. Like, you could see that he was clearly calling the shots just from the in-game body language. He's going down the vent, he quickly goes back up, smoke squeak, then the two of them push up. Mosier baits Advent, so they think it's just the one.
Sure.
And rounds are good, and really cool play, and it has led to what should be an 8th. Saying that, Jota did preserve that AK-47, had the opportunity to try and take that up from main, didn't do so, so Henny just working with the Tech 9 on this one. Kaze has whipped out his AWP and naded off the decon door. Interesting.
All right, Jota. What have you got for us? Currently smoked off, not much, it would seem, at least for the next 15 seconds. Time to work with here, but they would need a tremendous opening frag. Now, maybe go towards ramp, go for the tap. That's pretty much your only viable duel at this stage. Now wait for the smoke to go down and see if Jota can do anything with this. Otherwise, they don't really have much. Henny's got the Tech 9 and Kevlar, and yeah, starting to go ramp. You throw the cannon fodder in first, hope the AK can step up, get the pick. That's exactly what's going to come through here with the CTs in a very strong position. Kaze rotates him the AWP. Yeah, pretty much locks them out. Not really many good options here, I'm afraid. The smoke will finally dissipate towards Squeaky, but what do you do with it? You've got no flashes to throw in there. The AK-47's on the other side, vaulting on top of the hut now. Just ducking and weaving around the side. Looks like they've done more than enough, but bolts, maybe find some space here. Just a 1 kill. That might be it. Oh, the bomb's down. All right, we'll take it. Didn't notice that. Apparently Cyclone didn't either.
Phelps. Down and out by Kaze, holding in the... keeping that door deleted from the start. Does actually end up having a little bit of a role to play, and Kaze finding that so cleanly. So Cyclone will get up to 8. Not particularly threatening on that eco with the saved rifle. Still a hindrance to Jota, operating with just a Mac 10 now. But we are still very much expecting to see Imperial break Cyclone on their map pick. 3 so far to boast, 3 consecutive for that matter on the CT side. Let's see just how many they can continue to rack up. Maybe that Mac 10 leads to some pace. Didn't quite catch Jota's spawn. He is at the front of the pack.
Well, yeah, he took the hero AK before. It did lead them to a plant, but concessions to be made now, and Jota is leading the pack here towards the upper bomb site. He's completely blind, but does find that opening frag. Can he make it a double? He manages to avert the gaze of Advent, but he's starting to mow them down now. Huge hat-trick for the in-game leader. And the round's confirmed by Mosier. Starting to show some form as well here. Just Phelps remaining. And nothing he can do with it. The opening kill was theirs, but that's all they find. Really didn't do any more damage as they continue towards the upper bomb site. And then there it is, Mosier to close things out. This is looking solid from Cyclone, who have finally arrived here on Nuke.
Yeah, got to give some props to Advent for the way he approached that, just being aware that he was being swung from both sides, didn't get overly greedy on that hut engagement, seeing other players after the first, he dispatched them. Check this out, goes from left to right, sees another on hut side, but comes back for Vinny. And the molly keeps them at bay. Really well played. Mosier with a close. 9 in the bag. And back to Tech 9. No bomb plant had. Imperial limping a little.
Yeah, this is getting a bit concerning now. They're finding these opening kills. They're finding a bit of space, but each decision on the follow-up doesn't seem to be working out for them. Gunned down convincingly each and every time. It's Cyclone now looking for double digits. Active on the CT side, JamYoung's already down towards Secret, and it's another ramp focus here, as Imperial will have a couple of flashbangs. They'll throw one pop flash in, hope for the best, but bear in mind it's Mosier. The back box is once again allowing them to come through, but a good Molotov, that should flush him out. Oh no, bro, what have you done?
That's a real... it's like a machiney TV kind of nade set there.
Like you knew the lineup wasn't good, you just saw the Molotov not land. Why would you follow it up with the same flash? So lads, I've Molotoved out and flashed you. Yeah. So call that one off, I reckon.
I've notified the enemy team of our intentions. It's a real cappuccino, frothy and direct.
So,
oh, bloody hell.
Not his best round, not his best work. Maybe they get a trade though.
Maybe. Maybe. Everyone's having a... It's a windy day. I think it's getting a little bit whiffy and windy.
Okay, it looks like it's stabilizing now. Back to normality, but Phelps has maybe got something to say about it. He gets one more kill with the Galil, you never know, but JamYoung holds strong. As CycLone will go double digits here on the CT side of Nuke, and it will be a tactical timeout. A much needed one, I would say. It's going to be the first here for Imperial. Zach was looking very jovial, very calm in the first half, and now things starting to slip away. And I think that 5-on-3 situation will come back to haunt them if they end up somehow losing this one. We're not there yet, but CycLone are building up a huge reservoir of cash. They've got $12,000 on Mosier and 10K for Kaze as well, who currently has the AWP in his hand. They've got AK-47s. They're looking hot to trot. Imperial, anything but now after giving up a considerable amount of rounds in a row, 5 to be exact. Fumbled utility, you can see that's just frustrating though. It kind of is the round over, you know, there's not really much you can do with it. With that being said, they still managed to get a couple of kills. It wasn't all lost, but certainly doesn't do much for your morale if you're an Imperial player, seeing that happen. But
yeah, can't happen again, I think, at this point.
Let's hope. Round 25. So, AKs across the board here. They've got enough utility to work with. They've really been trying to break through this squeaky door. Hasn't really worked out for them. It's up to Phelps. Well, we're looking at that first frag. Gets himself a main entrance, undetected pretty much.
Yeah, this is a real set piece out of Imperial. Let's see how CycLone handle this. Phelps in a prime position to catch, awkward rotate. I like that from Advent if he can... Oh, he's given him a smoke decon. And they have flushed out Phelps.
Yeah, he was holding towards main entrance, but the bomb's planted.
This is bizarre. This is bizarre. They're defusing.
No.
They're not going to get away with this. They're not going to get away with this! That is ridiculous!
All right, they're going to lose almost everyone as well.
Look at the smile on Advent's face. He's practically euphoric.
Yeah, there's been a few fumbles here from Imperial. It was great to get the bomb down, but no one seemed to react. They had players holding the back of T lobby when the defuser's going on. So yeah, nice little plan, but this didn't have the protocols in place. Like you said, it was a CT that threw down the smoke towards single door. That was the time to react and start getting on top of that bomb, but at least they got the plan, at least, you know?
How funny. Yeah, he smoked decon as he was planting.
Sure.
And then defused in it before it faded. Damn, Advent, that's all you.
Well, wall of smokes.
Come on, Mosier. Wow. He's ballsy. Even after all of those opening deaths you highlighted, he still goes for opening engagements, this time successful in a 4-on-4 now. Out yard, plenty of bodies. Kaze's got lobby.
He was 0-5 in opening duels, now 3-5.
Wow, okay.
So he's bringing his game right back online. You've got to respect him. Down but not out. Mosier, 12-20, was having a very rough game, but starting to have some massive impact now. It's a big frag to open things up, but it is a 4-on-4. Imperial still 1 round away from map point. The pick of CycLone, it was a done deal. It was 14-5. It looked like we were absolutely packing this one up, getting ready for the second, which will be Anubis. But for now, a 4-on-4 technically favors the T side. They just don't have much to work with here. Just a casual Molotov in towards up, but they're not going to do anything with it. Trying to bait out a reaction, and Kaze's up close and personal with the AWP now. Phelps about to go down, almost certainly. Oh, wow, what a shot. Okay, I take it back. Now they're in the driving seat. Can they convert? Find map point, finally.
Just reaction speed. Prowess from Phelps there. Kaze just doesn't click. Finger on the trigger.
Come on, lads. Sort this one out now.
Doors, and now you've lost the bomb. JamYoung, a problem, a thorn in your side. He's ready for 2 of them. He knows Jota's coming behind him. And he will snap to the head. JamYoung, the hero play. Could he recover the round? Henny's getting it down. Phelps late round. Oh, JamYoung again, a problem. Multi-kill master. Smoke off, or rather close the door. There's nothing that Phelps can do here. Mercury's got him, and another round comes through from CycLone.
Amazing retake. I've been saying that all tournament long for CycLone, but it's Imperial. Just so indecisive. Once they get these advantages, they go down towards lower. It seems like they've got mixed comms. They can't decide what they're doing with it. The open plant, really? When you haven't got any control towards window side or doors, like, what was the intention behind that? Surely go with the defensive, safer plan like you were going for there, and actually cover that one position, but that was wild. Just the wide swing, trying to check every single angle, get that bomb planted, but it all falls apart after Phelps hit an absolute showstopper of a kill in towards the hut. You would think that's round done, but once again it eludes them, and Imperial will have to take their second timeout. Zach, you can see the frustration. We need to start posting and converting these rounds.
Yeah, now or never. I mean, this really has gotten away from Imperial now, and it's not what I thought I'd be talking about after a 10-5 half, and then, what, 4? Yeah, 14-5, as you've been saying. It's been quite the run. We talked about the 7-round run we got from Imperial CT side. Well, CycLone have matched that. They've managed to find that early in the piece. Now they have to really exceed expectations and continue to run away with this.
Yeah, this is no cosmetic comeback. This is the real deal. This is looking like a team that knows they can pull this one off. Looking incredibly strong on the retakes, especially. The outside wall of smokes deployed once again. It's Henny waiting for any aggressive CTs to swing out on him. The flashbangs make things uncomfortable. They continue with the push here. It's Phelps who's been sneaking in towards main entrance, but focusing his efforts down towards Secret. They just go for an old school take here, Alex. Get everyone down there and just try and use the fundamentals, the aim. Couple of smokes, get that bomb down towards lower. I think that's a good call. Every time they've had the advantage, they seem to overcomplicate it and fumble the round.
Mercury's the only one down here. Does he choose to take this fight? It looks like he is. Albeit just for the info now. The mollies have been thrown out. He knows he's under scrutiny. Just gets the info on the fight. Flash to delay. Calls for the help. Calls for assistance.
He hasn't got it just yet. Imperial, they have time. They need to have double doors control before they commit to the plan. That's been a problem for them. JamYoung starting to rotate in. The AWP, though, in a prime position to potentially take him down if he swings. The smoke, though, makes things complicated. So does Mercury. It's going to be an early 5-on-4 once again. CycLone are being a real nuisance down here. Not the triple spray down out of this wall. Play from Mercury as we go 5-on-2. They've done it once again. Imperial just get down to the lower side, freeze up, and wait for the round to fall apart. It's just nothing in response. They don't do any damage. They don't find Mercury, and is waiting for this round of timeout.
Yeah, and that is a lesson in Counter-Strike from Mercury. You know, he was solely responsible for the low side. The whole team was coming for him, and he leaves with 3 kills. I mean, admittedly, so you're going to have to be quite mechanically gifted to do what he just did there. But in terms of the fallback, in terms of the getting the info
waiting
safely,
for his moment.
Yeah, taking his moment, taking his fight, and Imperial just got completely flattened, and you can see the remains of Imperial splattered across the wall.
Oh my God. 14-13 from 14-5, and Mercury, you're right, this is a pitch-perfect round from him. Using that smoke to great effect. Knew he had a window of opportunity. He gets all 3, denies the plant, picks up another AK, and manages to survive the round as well. 3 AKs into round number 28 here. Imperial, what have you done? How have you given this one up? The 5-on-3 at 14-5. If they end up losing this map, that will haunt them for years.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
It was a done deal. The map was over.
It really was. I mean, it was framed that way. It was feeling that way. But as we currently stand at round 28, the distance a guarantee at this point. Is it all just cosmetic? One slip up here from CycLone. One misplay. One overeager push. One opening death. And all of this hard work could be for naught.
You got Dad in the crowd as well. You don't want to be playing like this in front of all of them. We won't be impressed with this if you give this one up. For now, though, Alex, they've got Tech-9s, a Galil, the AK-47, and Henny's AWP. Henny currently 16 kills, 12 deaths, had a great first half, but all of them dropping off here in the second, of course. We hit a minute left on the clock. Upper execution, a basic one, will be coming through with that smoke, though. It's been such a nuisance time and time again, and now they have to freeze up. What can you do?
Wait.
You had everyone here ready to go, and now it's another 20 seconds. You just have to sit back, hurry up and wait. As the CTs get themselves in a prime crossfire here. Bear in mind, they've got the AK-47s as well. They've got incendiaries ready to go. Like, this round might be over already. Another 8 seconds, you're just waiting.
This is brutal. Now they've dumped their util. Another incendiary from JamYoung.
Cooked up in the squeaky door.
Oh, all of that util redundant. Now flashes barrage through. 25 and counting. Advent ready to aim. Delivers the headshot necessary. Can't tame the spray. JamYoung can. And it's Mercury from the top rope.
Oh,
14 each.
That is getting absolutely wrecked right now. Like, from every facet of the game, mechanical, strategical, and just in terms of the utility as well, it's an absolute masterclass on the CT side of Nuke. Having 2 incendiaries and those smokes, and you've read the exact play Imperial going to pull out there. It's just a beautiful thing, and you can see there's a very different look on the face of Zach now. He was very happy in the first half.
Lemons, yeah.
He's pissed off at this point. There's been too many fumbles, too much indecision, and you've got to look at the in-game leader Vinny for this, because he doesn't seem to bring it together when it matters the most. When the pressure's on, you can see them bickering right now.
Looks
some arguments going
yeah,
down.
like it looks like he's almost kind of defending his case.
Yeah, exactly. And they're finding, he's making the right calls. They're getting the opening picks and finding the advantages. It's the mid-round calls of the problem. Like the players are freezing up, panicking. They don't want to make the first move and commit down to the side. But when they do, there's no time left and they're scrambling and players are running into choke points with the bomb. This is an absolute disaster, a meltdown, if you will, here on Nuke. As we see Imperial, they're the ones now looking down the barrel of map point. As we see them enter the round with Tech9, once again, a MAC-10 for Jota and 3 AK-47s. I can't believe we're here. CycLone can still win in regulation after being down 14-5. Squeaky door push. Deep breath, Vinny. What have you got for us? He's found some space, but Mercury's found a couple of kills. 5 versus 3 once again. Jumping down the vents for safety more than anything. Phelps will hold on to the rifle as they limp into the ramp room here. An absolute collapse from Imperial.
Off of the timeout as well. It's like that kind of signature Brazilian commit. You're trying to throw pace at the problem, and it doesn't stick. Mercury laughing at you with that double spray. And now CycLone to take the lead for the first time in this game, essentially from the pistol.
Right.
Good grief.
My, oh my.
I mean, yeah, 5-3 in the first half.
So that was a tactical timeout. They were bickering in between, and that's the call they came up with. A set piece, rush squeaky door, essentially, just trying to sledgehammer the way in, and you get mowed down in a really awkward manner. They can still do something at the round, don't get me wrong. They managed to give away a few 5-on-3s in that first half. We'll see if they can pull one out the hat themselves. It's going to be JamYoung. They're making light work of them. That's absolutely filthy with the AK. Nice little spray down, and now Phelps, nothing to do. You've lost the lead you had. The 14-5 lead is now 15-14 against you. Let that sink in.
Oh, if you've got a timeout left, you probably take it before the final round of regulation, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah. And yeah, a bit more arguing perhaps.
Maybe
we get into round 30. Yeah, let it all out.
Bloody
get it
hell.
off your chest. Yeah, this is a Pro League classic. We've seen a few 14-1s converted.
And it's not even like they've been close. It's come down to clutches. It's just been, I mean, maximum 3 kills from Imperial. It came down to maybe...
I can't believe this.
Yeah, it's just bizarre how quickly this has run away from Imperial. This was their round. Look at this little sliver of leg he could spot there as they tried to turn up the pace. A lovely transfer from JamYoung into the header bolts. And frustrations bubbling to the surface now. As, yeah, you do need to extinguish this fire that is raging in CycLone's belly.
Well, I'm loving this. In terms of the drama, the tension we're seeing, this is what Counter-Strike does to a man. It brings out the worst in you.
It does. It certainly does. It's that competitive nature, knowing you could have done better. And JamYoung does.
Oh, it's just a desperate play from Bolt, isn't it? It's hoping you find some space. A CT with that knife out, the MAC-10. And if that could be a 14-5 lead, ladies and gentlemen, into a 16-14 loss. I've seen a few things in my time, but nothing like this.
This is something else, Kaze. Oh, getting pressured. Doesn't want to give up the advantage. Concedes ramp. They've lost Phelps. It feels like Imperial's worst nightmares. Now a waking reality.
Not like this, boys.
A disaster.
Find a miracle.
Second half.
Find something in the 4-on-2.
Mosey's got him locked. He's already found one frag.
I'm going to watch the body language when this one closes down because...
Yeah, good idea. Keep my eyes on it. Kaze's got the perfect angle for this onto Jota next time he comes through for the clear. As easy as that from Kaze. And CycLone on their map pick. It looked like all was lost. 14-5, and then a run, a perfect run from CycLone.
I think it all comes down to that round. The 5 versus 3 when they were playing for map points. And they gave that up. It was a frustrating finish. They never recovered. The mental fortitude wasn't there for Imperial, but it certainly was for CycLone. What a magnificent comeback there on their map pick. Yeah, try and shake it off, Imperial, because this is looking rough. Things have gone horribly wrong for them. But to be fair, they've left it on the server. If they can pick themselves up, dust themselves down, they might be okay.